Surprise, surprise, we've got another week of amazing Xbox offers coming our way. So here are a few of our personal favourites from this beautiful selection, starting with a sale that comes out swinging. This video is brought to you by Immortals of Aveum. This week's fighting sale is ideal for gamers who just can't resist a good scrap. Tekken 8 has recently been spending some time in the dojo with closed network tests to help it get those signature moves down. And if you want to be fighting fit when it arrives, Tekken 7 is ready to rumble. The 7th game in this iconic arcade series really has everything you could ask for. A roster packed with old faves and new challengers, a storyline that is just completely bonkers in the best possible way, and of course some of the tightest fighting action you'll find anywhere around. These guys have been doing this since 1994 after all, and this week you can take advantage of all that experience for 80% off. And you know what? Now that EA have announced that they'll soon be clambering back into the octagon for a brand new mixed martial arts game, now would also be the perfect time to tune up your skills on UFC 4. With its intricate yet accessible controls and mechanics, UFC 4 manages to deliver all the complexity and tactical nuance of an MMA bout, while also making it pleasingly simple to just Superman punch someone right in their big stupid face. Because fighting games, like life, are all about balance. Give it a try for yourself by picking up UFC 4 in this week's sale for 85% off, or if you're an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member, you can grab it now thanks to EA Play. That's right, I'm brains and brawn. But if you're looking for a blast from the past, the Capcom Fighting Bundle is a dragon punch of pure nostalgia. This action-packed bundle actually brings together two other retro fighting collections to create what could be in fact the deadliest fighting game package of all time. The Capcom Fighting Collection is stacked with the sort of cult classics that your real fighting game connoisseurs are sure to appreciate. Titles like Night Warriors, Vampire Savior, and Cyberbots. And since Street Fighter 6 has just turned up to remind us all how incredible that series is, the 30th Anniversary Collection includes 12 iconic titles to help you celebrate its illustrious history. Wait, if Street Fighter 6 is the new one, how can there be 12 other ones? Anyway, best of all, the whole bundle is now 55% off. For lovers of chaotic cartoon combat, Crash Team Rumble is one of this year's must-play titles. It's actually described as a strategic platformer, but this multiplayer title has the Crash community facing off in teams of 4 in a hectic race to collect the most Wumpa fruits. There are 3 classes of characters to choose from: boosters, blockers, and scorers, and each character has their own unique special skills, meaning there's a ton of tactical depth on offer. And since those characters also happen to be things like mad scientists and dingo dials, yeah, there's also a lot of room for pure insanity. It's a best of both worlds type deal, and it's now 25% off too. Now, if you're looking for real kung fu action, it's gotta be Sifu. This third-person brawler is all about intense, kinetic hand-to-hand fighting as you block, dodge, and smack your way through legions of bad guys. If you loved the claustrophobic carnage of Midnight Fight Express, then you are absolutely gonna love this one too. It's channeling that same sort of old-school action movie vibe, and it allows you to turn the world around you into a weapon in just the same way. Because it turns out, flying someone into a wall is never less than 100% satisfying. So pick up Sifu for 25% off and get ready for a very strict lesson in the way of the fist. In some ways, I suppose this one's a fighting game, but it's actually part of the retro and couch co-op sale, which just so happens to include this game right here called It Takes Two. This multi-award-winning cartoon platformer has 2 players teaming up to help a married couple repair their damaged relationship, heal the emotional damage that they've both endured, and if possible, also find a way to transform themselves back into humans. Because it turns out being a 6-inch tall toy makes the world a really, really dangerous place. And to find out just how dangerous, and also to find a whole bunch of fun ways to deal with those dangers, check out It Takes Two now for 60% off, or just by nabbing it with your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership as part of EA Play's selection. Now that is a relationship that doesn't need any mending. Of course, no couch co-op list would be complete without the mention of the Borderlands series, and the third game in particular makes for an especially high-level bit of loot. With a truly unholy amount of guns to find and an equally pleasing number of bad guys to try them out on, Borderlands 3 is the shooter-looter series at its absolute best. It's also a pretty damn good game to show off your Xbox Series X and S to your buddies, because the next-gen version of the game includes eye-popping HDR 10ified visuals and the option for up to 4 players to shoot and loot together in split screen. Grab it this week for 85% off and you are guaranteed to have an absolute blast. Who doesn't love a good reunion? Especially if it means reconnecting with a classic action RPG like Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. With a sprawling story that takes place just before the events of Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core brings all the drama of that classic JRPG series along with some action-packed real-time battles that have been refined a bit to run even better in this new HD remake. Oh yeah, and chuck in a gorgeous new soundtrack from the original composer, slick new visuals, and fully voice-acted dialogue. You've got the definitive version of a chapter from the Final Fantasy saga that not nearly enough people have actually played. So go on, do your bit to put that right by picking it up this week for 30% off. And with the British Open having just concluded to an explosion of very polite applause and well-mannered cheering, now's the perfect time to get back on the green with PGA Tour 2K23. This cutting-edge golf sim features intricate controls to help you nail that perfect shot, as well as a whole host of optional assists if you find yourself struggling to stay on the green. With the deluxe edition, you also get a bunch of fun bonus content, like the option to play as Michael Jordan. Well, I guess if a group of cartoon aliens come down and challenge Earth to a game of golf to decide the planet's fate, you'll be all set. So if you're ready to tee off, the deluxe edition of PGA Tour 2K23 is now 75% off. Get over here, because on September 14th, another classic fighting series makes its return with Mortal Kombat 1. And since fights here have a habit of ending rather messily, you'll definitely want to get some practice in with the previous game before then. And no, it's not called Mortal Kombat 0. Mortal Kombat 11 features the series' iconic brand of blood combat with an endless buffet of hideous ways to finish off your opponents on offer. And thanks to the game's extensive DLC, there are also all sorts of brilliant guest stars you can bring into the fray. It's not quite like Michael Jordan, but hey, we've got the Terminator and even Spawn. The next game is going to have its own set of superpowered cameos as well, so get ready by picking up Mortal Kombat 11 for 80% off, or just grab it off a Game Pass. And for all the latest news on all the biggest games hitting Xbox, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell before you go. And whether you want to settle your problems with a round of golf or a full-blown fist fight, you'll find what you need in this week's sale. This video was brought to you by Immortals of Aveum, the brand new magic-based FPS from the creators of Dead Space and Call of Duty. This is first-person shooter combat as you've never seen it before, with dazzling visuals as you use the forces of magic rather than guns and weaponry. Become a battle mage called Jack, equipped with over 25 lethal spells, 80 talents, tons of magical gear that you can craft and upgrade, and save the world as it teeters on the edge of oblivion. Immortals of Aveum will be released on August 22nd on Xbox Series X and S. Bye!
Don't turn your back on me!